Welcome to the History Vault. Some doors were never meant to be opened. There is a hill in southern Turkey that everyone walked past for 50 years. They thought it was nothing, a pile of dirt. They were standing on top of the thing that breaks history. The place is called Gobekli Tepe. In 1963, a survey team crossed this low ridge near the Syrian border. They saw broken limestone poking through the soil, wrote it off as a medieval graveyard, and moved on. For 30 more years, the hill kept its secret. Then in 1994, an archaeologist named Klaus Schmidt came back. He looked at those same stones, and understood the earlier team had made one of the greatest mistakes in the history of his field. The locals had a name for the Hill of the Navel. For 10,000 years, nobody knew what slept beneath it. Farmers plowed the slope and cursed the stones, their blades kept catching on. They had no idea they were dragging their tools across the roof of the oldest temple ever found. Schmidt reportedly said he had two choices: walk away, or spend the rest of his life there. He stayed. What he found under that hill should not exist. Not here, not then, not built by the people who built it. Beneath the surface were enormous rings of standing stone, massive T-shaped pillars, some over 5 meters tall, the largest near 20 tons. Carved into them, foxes, scorpions, vultures, snakes. This was a monument, planned and raised by human hands. And then the dating came back, and the numbers made no sense at all. 11,600 years old. Older than farming, older than writing, older than the wheel. And the animals carved across them are not gentle. Predators and scavengers. Snakes pouring downward, vultures with outstretched wings. This was not decoration. It feels like a message, written in a language no living person can read. To understand that number, throw out the order you were taught. We were told civilization came first, and monuments came last. Gobekli Tepe is 7,000 years older than the Great Pyramid, surely and more than twice the age of Stonehenge. It was already ancient before the first farmer ever planted a single seed of wheat. And the hands that raised it had no farms, no villages, no bread. They were hunter-gatherers. To raise even one pillar, you quarry it from bedrock with stone tools, shape it, and drag 20 tons across open ground by muscle alone. That takes hundreds of people, fed and coordinated, for weeks. But there were no farms to feed a crowd that size. No granaries, no surplus. The food had to be hunted and gathered by hand, day after day, just to keep the builders alive. While they worked on something that grew nothing, and sheltered no one. And that is the first impossible thing. How do people with no metal, no wheel and no animals raise 20-ton pillars? With flint, stone, rope, and bodies, they quarried the pillars, shaped them, carried them, and stood them upright in precise rings. That would take hundreds of people, fed and organized, for a very long time. Which raises a haunting question. What could make scattered bands of foragers gather in their hundreds and break their backs hauling stone? For a building that fed nobody, and sheltered no one. Not hunger. Not shelter. Something else. Something inside the head. So the order may flip. First the wonder. First the fear. First the gathering. In the dark before the carved watchers. And then, slowly, the village, the field, the city. Belief, before bread. The cathedral before the town. Some of the earliest domesticated wheat on earth has been traced to a region within sight of these very hills. As if feeding the pilgrims is the reason we first bent the wild world to our will. Some researchers now wonder if it happened the other way round. That belief did not follow civilization, it may have caused it. Gathering enough people in one place, and feeding them, may have pushed these hunter-gatherers to manage wild grain on a large scale. And that is the doorstep of farming. The urge to build something sacred may have come first, and everything else followed. The temple, then the farm, then the town, then the city, then us. We always assumed we built temples because we had civilization. This says we may have built civilization, because we would not stop building temples. For a century, the story ran one way. Farming, first, surplus second, religion, and monuments last. Civilization, built on bread. Gobekli Tepe stands that story on its head. Here the temple comes first, and the farms appear afterward. It suggests the wish to build something sacred is what forced us to settle down in the first place. We did not farm in order to worship. We may have farmed because we were already worshipping, and could not stop. Now look closer at the stones, because they are looking back. The pillars are not just slabs, many have arms carved down their sides, hands meeting at the front, belts etched into the stone. They are figures. And just a few miles away, at the sister site Karahan Tepe, something stranger was waiting in the dark. Clearing one underground chamber, archaeologists uncovered a human face, carved from the bedrock itself, jutting from the wall, watching the room. After 11,000 years in the dark, a stone face that seems to turn and stare at whoever steps inside. Who was it watching for? The face at Karahan Tepe is realistic, where Gobekli's giants are abstract, carved from the living rock, jutting from the wall. We do not know if it was a god, a guardian or an ancestor set there to keep watch over the dark. Whatever it was, someone wanted it to keep watching forever. And it gets stranger, because some believe these stones were keeping a record. Here, we cross from fact into theory. Recently, a few researchers proposed that the symbols on one pillar may work as a calendar, possibly the oldest ever found. And they go further. They suggest the carvings might mark a real event. A swarm of comet fragments striking the Earth, and a sudden violent return of Ice Age cold. Most archaeologists are deeply skeptical, and the reading is contested. So hold it loosely. It is a haunting possibility, not a proven fact. But it points at something undeniable, a genuine mystery that no theory has ever solved. A small group of researchers went even further. They argue one pillar tracks the sun, the moon, and the stars. Possibly the oldest calendar ever carved, and a marker for a comet strike that may have frozen the world. Mainstream archaeology stays doubtful, but that a people this early even tried is staggering. Because here is the part nobody can explain away. After all that work, the builders took it all back. At some point, the people who raised Gobekli Tepe deliberately buried it. They did not let time cover it. They filled the rings on purpose with rubble and dirt and bones, packing their own monument back into the earth by hand. The most ambitious thing any human had ever built, and its creators chose to entomb it. We do not know why. Was it grief? Fear? A ritual ending? The hill that fooled archaeologists for 50 years was a hill, because the builders made it one. And here is the detail that should unsettle you most. After all these years, only a fraction of the site has been dug. The rest is still down there. We told ourselves we built civilization, and then we built temples. Gobekli Tepe whispers it was the other way around. The oldest story we have is not written. It is carved, and it is still down there in the dark, watching, waiting for someone clever enough to read it. Some mysteries we may never solve. Subscribe to the History Vault, and we will open the next door together.